What's more fun than staving off hordes of enemies, cooking up delicious meals, or defusing a bomb in the world of video games? Doing it all with your best friends and players from all over the world, of course! That's why we've rounded up some of the best Android and iOS multiplayer games you can get your hands on right now. Starting off at number 10, we have Hills of Steel 2. This is a 2D multiplayer action game in which you can take control of a tank and go head-to-head against players from all over the world in exciting battles that last just 2 or 3 minutes. The game uses controls that work very well on touchscreen devices. Simply use the buttons on the left side of the screen to move your tank, while using the buttons on the right to unleash normal attacks or special attacks that charge as you inflict damage. And that's it! Those user-friendly controls are all you need to wreak havoc on your enemies. The game also has 5 different game modes, each one with a completely different game experience. Before we get going, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Have you ever dreamed of fitting an amazing, truly AAA quality game right in your pocket? Something you can dive into and play at any time? Now you can with Raid Shadow Legends. It's got 10 challenging dungeons, each with a super tough boss that requires specific teams and strategies to beat, and that's just the start. If you care about the story, it's got an awesome fully voiced campaign with 12 unique locations and 3 difficulties for you to dive into. And there are 13 unique factions, like dwarves, orcs, the undead, or badass human knights, and a load more. With all those factions, Raid also has an incredible 460 champions, each totally unique with their own design, skills, and strengths. No matter what you like, Raid's got something for you. Now you must be wondering, why am I featuring Raid every month? To be honest, I really like the game. It has awesome 3D graphics with a variety of unique characters with exhilarating gameplay, some of the best graphics to be found on mobile, and fun combat mechanics. Personally, I think you should give it a try, and the game is full of possibilities. Last month, Raid just released their biggest ever update. The main event is here in the Doom Tower. It's a giant tower with 120 floors, a bunch of secret challenge rooms, and 12 seriously badass bosses to take on. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I just can't wait to dive in. If you click here in the link below and download Raid, you'll get your free Void Champion Bulwark, 50 gems and XP boosters, some energy refills, and even an ancient shard as soon as you get in-game. Moving on to number 9, we have Trooper Shooter. This is a third-person action game that challenges you to participate in exciting team games. We're talking about a cartoon-like online shooter where you have to learn to master different game areas in order to beat the rival team. The fun starts as soon as you enter the game. Its simple control system is perfectly adapted to touchscreens. Move using the left virtual stick, and you can also move the camera around the 3D settings. Your character attacks automatically when you aim your weapon's sight on an enemy. Plus, you can heal yourself or throw grenades using the buttons on the right side. Overall, this is a great game if you're looking to experience short games. Coming in at number 8, we have Fleet Battle PvP. Fleet Battle is a naval game where you participate in exciting battles between very large ships. Think strategically to get closer to the enemy ships and shoot at them more effectively, all while competing against friends or other players from all over the world. The game immerses you in 5v5 games where you try to make the most of your ships. As you play, you can unlock resources, strengthening your fleet until it's unstoppable. That said, during the first few levels, it's important to do everything you can to win even with your limited resources. The game lets you play alone or on teams where you can see how you stack up against the competition. Next up at number 7, we have War After. War After is a multiplayer team-based FPS that's similar to Counter-Strike and Call of Duty Mobile. In this case, 2 teams battle it out in medium-sized settings with rounds lasting about 5 minutes. Your objective, depending on the setting, is to take more points than the rival team by taking control over different areas of the map. The main game mode in War After is the classic zone control mode. In this game mode, 2 teams of up to 5 players each face off in 5 or 6 minute rounds, with the goal being to take control of different areas of the map. The more time you're in control of your zone, the more points you'll get. The first team to reach 1,500 points wins. Down to number 6, we have Villains. The game is a battle royale for 35 players with 5-minute casual battles. Welcome to Hollywood, where villains fight among themselves for the honorary title of the best fighter. So jump into a cool robot and show what you can do. Before the match starts, you can specify at any point on the map where you'd like to appear. Next, fight enemies and collect resources, and only the last survivor will be the winner. So use the available skills deftly to win the battle. Discover even more monster heroes, including Medusa the Gorgon, Frankenstein, Werewolf, and more characters will be added in the update. Moving on to number 5, we have Catalyst Black. This is a team shooter with 10 vs 10 battles from the creators of the popular MOBA game Vainglory. Challenge yourself on a variety of colorful maps and game modes, where teams consisting of 10 to 20 people compete against each other. You're also given a large selection of characters. Each of them has original skills and weapons, ranging from lasers and plasma rifles to handheld mortars. The abilities of fighters can be very diverse. For example, teleportation to another place to confuse the enemy, the ability to curl up in a bone cocoon and roll, reflecting the enemy's shots with the armor, and this is only a small part of the skills. Next up at number 4, we have Stumble Guys. Stumble Guys is a fun multiplayer action game where you jump in on battles with up to 32 players. It's up to you to overcome all kinds of different challenges in order to emerge victorious, crown in hand. Picking up on many of the original elements from Fall Guys, this title continues on where the original left off and is setting itself up to become one of the best Fall Guys clones out there on smartphones. In this Takeshi Castle-style game, you'll be accompanied by a colorful backdrop from the first match all the way to your last. Each one is composed of 3 distinct tests where it's up to you to dodge obstacles until you reach the finish line. Coming in at number 3, we have Farlight 84. Farlight 84 is a multiplayer action game that submerges you in 40-player battles, where the last man standing wins the game. We're talking about a battle royale that's very similar to Fortnite, Omega Legends, and Cyber Hunter. However, Farlight 84 stands out for its colorful visuals, as well as for the variety of weapons and vehicles available to you. A post-apocalyptic world awaits you. Keep in mind that the resources are scarce and bombing is constant. The objective of the game is the usual one in this genre: gather weapons and equipment on the map to get rid of the enemies and arrive at the safe zones. Next up at number 2, we have Ghosts of War. This is an action game that unfolds in the first person as you participate in exciting battles on teams with other players from around the world. This is a multiplayer FPS where you fight in scenarios based on the most important military battles of our time. Move through the spectacular 3D spaces in all the maps included with this game. In each of the game's scenarios, you have to fight, always with the same objective: kill your enemies before they kill you. Luckily, you'll have several weapons available that you can level up as you use them in the battle. Not only can you improve your weapons, but you can also find new ones by opening boxes. And finally, at number 1, we have Marvel: Realm of Champions. This is the sequel to the brilliant Marvel Contest of Champions, and you can control some of the most charismatic characters in the Marvel Universe. This time around, you radically change the genre, leaving behind moments of action in favor of RPG gameplay. When you start playing, you can choose your initial superhero and which faction you want to serve. Once you've joined one of the factions, you can begin to complete missions and finish off enemies to make your faction dominate more and more terrain. As is usual in this type of real-time RPG, you take on and fight against opponents controlled by an AI, as well as against other players in exciting PvP games. Either way, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a favor and drop a huge thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss out on any future videos. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!